I have brought a friend today
Hello.
and a stowaway. Yes, I have brought a friend with me today. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Lucy.
Yes. We go to university together. That sounds like something you'd say in the UK. Go to university together. But except we're both graduating tomorrow. But by the time you see this, that'll have been like months ago. So that's fine. That's fine.
It's fine.
So, Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess. It is probably one of my favorite Legend of Zelda games. It's the first one I was able to play through on my own.
So we're gonna go through our top 5 favorite characters. Our lists are probably very different, but I just thought it'd be a fun thing to do since we're about to leave and I don't want to do all my videos by myself. So, yes. And I'm sorry if you hear my roommates downstairs.
My number 5 character is probably the monkey, the female monkey you meet at the beginning of the game. She's a little strange and a bit annoying at first, but once you get to find out more about her and get into her character plot a little more, she becomes exciting and really lovable.
My number 5 pick is Elia, and no, not because that's my pseudonym, Elia Rose. I just like her. I don't like her actual design, but you've seen in Hyrule Historia, her previous design was really cool, and I actually liked it better. I just like her as being that friend character of Link's. She's kind of stubborn and kind of annoying, but so am I. So I guess I relate. My number 4 pick is Ashi, the one who's a part of the Resistance, and you find her as you're on your way to Snow Peak Ruins, and she tells you about the Yetis and all that cool stuff. She's just a very strong young woman, and yeah, pretty much that's it. So
My number 4 is Telma. She's strong, she's hilarious, and when we get to my number 1 pick, we'll see why. She's also up on my list. But she's a strong, funny character, and if you have a bit of a mind, you know, she's got a bit of that mind. My number 3 is, I'm gonna throw Midna in here. It's really hard to talk about Twilight Princess without talking about Midna because she's the titular character, but she's just a great, sarcastic, funny character. She's witty, but she really does care about Link and her people, and she's just great.
number 3 for me would be the hero shade. Call me a stupid fangirl, totally fine, but I love the idea of knowing that Ocarina of Time Child Link in the Child Timeline had descendants, and therefore that's how we get to Twilight Princess Link, which is really cool. And it's really cool to sort of hear Link talk, even though he's dead. He's the shade of himself. He's just an overall really cool character, and it's really nice that you learn from a previous Link, and I love that connection. My number 2 is the little boy Colin. I just love his character arc. He actually grows, and especially that whole thing when he saves Beth's life, and when Link saves him, and he starts to understand what it means to be brave, what it means to be strong and courageous. It's not about necessarily how you are physically, but how you act, what your actions say about you. And he's just so adorable. He's a peacemaker, but he's got his own strength.
My number 2 is probably Yeto. He's
Yes.
He's such a good husband. He cares so much for his wife, and he's just a strong, sad little guy, and I just feel so deeply for him, which is how he got so high up on my top 5 pick. And before we get to our top pick, let's have some honorable mentions.
Yes.
Obviously, Wolf Link. He's a great addition to Twilight Princess. His different functions and just the different controls that you get with him, and you get to see a different relationship between him and Midna. when he's in wolf form versus human form. And then my other honorable mention is Giovanni. He's just chilling in his chair, stuck with all the gold. He's just so funny.
And his cat, you get to talk to the cat.
You do.
I love that. I mean, as a cat lover, you know. Yeah.
I'm also a cat lover.
Solid. My two honorable mentions, as much as I kind of, these are both characters I love to hate. The first of which is Mallow. That kid is just terrifying, but like in the best way possible. So there's that.
Yeah, he's a creepy baby.
My other honorable mention would be Zant. He very much resembles Majora to me, where you think he's this creepy, powerful being, and then he's just a child. He's a brat. And it's kind of hilarious. My favorite part is when he like twists around like with his head. It's so funny.
If I had been younger, it would have been scarier, but at this age, I can just appreciate the humor behind the villain characters.
My number one pick, I know this might seem like an obvious pick, but Midna. I didn't like her at first. I hated how much of a brat she seemed to be. But when you start to get down to it and you kind of eat away at her layers, you realize that she's kind of masking everything that's going on. And once you see like her true form, you understand why she may have been so self-conscious. Even though I think the Midna form, the imp form, is absolutely adorable. I love her as that. I mean, she's as hot as you can get for a Twilight character. Twilight? Whatever. She looks good, but I really like her as her imp form. But she's just so many layers. Like you said earlier, she's got a great story arc, great plot line, and you don't normally get that with sidekick characters. Look at Navi.
My top favorite Twilight Princess character is Renato. I don't even know what to say about that man. I always love the healer characters in anything, stories, books, movies. So I think that's what drew me to him initially. And then the thing between him and Telma later on, that just cracks me up. But he's kind and generous and wise, and that's just sort of the character I'm drawn to, which is why I loved Renato so much.
So that's just our top 5 favorite characters. If you have your own opinions, which I highly doubt you have the same exact ones as us. I mean, we did not have the same exact ones. One character overlapped, right? It was just Midna.
Just Midna.
But not even in the same place. So I'd be curious to hear what your favorites are. Twilight Princess is an awesome game. So yes, like, subscribe, like if you like Lauren's face.
Maybe I'll come back.
Probably. So, thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.
His daughter's Luda, right?
Mm-hmm.
His daughter is adorable, too. So, I didn't come up with an ending. Hold on. Oh, I know what to do.
Just dab it out.
Oh, I know. I got it. No.